Neil Monroe stars as Quentin Nickles in the Niagara Gorge Mystery with Sarah Orenstein and Peter Millard.
Oh, what a splendid day, Quentin. A wander beside Niagara Falls. The sweet smell of crocuses and the daffodils blooming. What could be more perfect?
Well, a day without this circus atmosphere, Abby.
Oh.
You know, what all these people really come to see is a high-wire act fail.
Don't worry. Sandina Blondin has performed all over the continent. Besides, her late father walked across Niagara Falls on a wire 40 years ago. She comes by her talent honestly.
Yes, if he was her father.
Oh.
Though she takes the stage name of Blondin, the Gravelet family, his real name, has never acknowledged her. By all accounts, the winds and mist made his walks and aerialists nightmare. Madness, if you ask me.
Oh, look! Down there! 25 cents for a hot air balloon ride.
Tethered, but a good view of the falls, perhaps later?
Oh, yes, let's. Look, see the poster? Madame Melva, Ukrainian fortune teller, knows all, sees all.
Yes, and tells all for a price, I'm sure.
Oh, don't be a stick in the mud. Let's see what she says.
Oh, Abby, it's utter nonsense, gypsies and charlatans, and I shan't pay a cent to hear such drivel.
Madame Melva will now communicate with the spirits. The crystal ball is a window to the future. There are no secrets in Madame Melva's parlor. Oh, seekers of truth, oh, guides from the netherworld, make your presence known. Come forth.
Yes, and bring your spare shillings when you do.
Shh. Visit unto me. Speak to your faithful servant, and part the mists of time. Unveil the mysteries of the unknown and the unforeseen. Show me the way to our guests' hearts. Show me the way to their destinies.
Listen, and look. The table's moving.
Yes, I see the man discovering something of great value. But it is preceded by a great tragedy. Oh, a death. But I cannot see whose death. It is kept from me. But a great sadness. Mr. Quentin, harm will befall you unless you... that's all.
And what do you see for me, Madame Melva?
Let me look further. Miss Abby, you care for a powerful man, an unveiler of secrets, but you may lose him to a greater need.
What greater need?
But he will return, and then you will... the spirits are departing. They are called away.
So I'm sure we could get them back for a few more coins.
There is why they flee. An unbeliever in our midst. Mr. Quentin's suspicious mind blocks the spirit channels, but not before they told how death and destruction follow him. His aura has seen much pain and suffering. Madame Melva must rest now. Please go.
Oh, rubbish. And you're a person of science, Abby. Surely you didn't believe that.
Oh, it's just fun, Quentin. Look! Over at the tightrope.
Damn drat. Can't see in this crowd.
She's on the rope. She has her balance pole. She's walking.
Charming. As my sainted aunt, if this fat woman would just remove a frightful hat, I'd... not you, madam. Sorry.
Here, take my place. Oh, Lord! Oh, she made a misstep. She almost fell.
Oh, never mind, Abby. Just tell me when it's over.
She's up. No, her leg is giving way. My God! Oh, my God! She's falling! Quentin, she's falling!
Inspector Nickles, hold up.
You there, with the balloon. What's your name?
Captain Russell Swagger. No rides now. We've had an accident below.
No, stay where you are, man. Here's my badge. I'm Inspector Nickles of the Ontario Constabulary, and I'm commandeering your hot air balloon. Embark, sir.
No! Sandina is in the water. I must help.
Inspector, wait!
Did you see the accident?
Captain Swagger, will this wind carry us over the gorge?
Yes.
Then get in, man. There are already search parties heading downriver looking for the girl. We can best direct them from on high. Wellington, into the basket. Abby, your skills belong with the ground search party. Captain Swagger, fire this thing up and loose that tether now!
Oh, dear Lord. We'll never find her.
Keep your eyes peeled. Damn and drat, we're moving ahead of the search party. We'll lose touch. Can we slow down?
No. The balloon can only gain or lose altitude. We're at the mercy of the winds, sir. Poor Sandina. This is terrible.
Yes, all right. Take us slow into the gorge. Anything, Wellington?
Nothing. There's the Whirlpool Rapids. If she was sucked down, she might not surface for days. Oh, wait. There's something by the shore. You see it?
Yes. Well, no, it's not her. It seems to be a trunk of some kind caught between two rock outcroppings. The gorge winds are moving us towards Lake Ontario. It's too fast.
They'll blow us right over it. I have to take us up higher so we can lose these wind currents and land before the lake.
Yes, all right, Captain. I suppose there's not much we could do anyhow. It appears Miss Blondin made the ultimate gamble, paid the ultimate price. Trunk secure, Wellington. Haul away.
Oh, be careful, Quentin. Lose your footing and you'll be swept into the rapids.
Steady. Steady. That's it. There she goes. Now, stop here on the riverbank. Yeah, unusual looking.
Oh, easy, Abby. Careful. Let's all have a look.
Bother, it's locked and sealed. Can you open it, Wellington?
Certainly. Just a bit of finagling and...
Oh,
Good man.
ladies' clothes. Actually, more like costumes.
Hold on. I think there's papers in the bottom, out with the clothes. Well, look at this. This trunk belongs to the aerialist, Sandina Blondin.
There's someone signaling from the rim. I'll see what they want.
How did her trunk get into the river?
I have no idea. Wait, what's this? Bottom of the trunk is loose. That's false. Look, there's a packet in it.
Paintings. 2 of them. A constable and, I think, a Titian. Quentin, these must be worth a fortune.
Aye, I've seen both of them at the National Gallery in London. What the blazes are they doing hidden in a steamer trunk in the Niagara Gorge? Oh, something odd is afoot here.
Inspector, there's where'd the paintings come from?
The trunk, hidden under a false bottom.
Oh. Inspector, there's a fellow named John O'Toole up there who wants to see you.
Chief O'Toole, Niagara Police.
I suppose so. Seems they found Miss Blondin's body and he needs your help.
So, Dr. Giles is away. What am I looking for, Chief O'Toole?
Anything that takes your fancy, Doctor. Anything at all.
Oh, she's a white female of about 30 years of age, multiple cuts and contusions, head and leg lacerations, probably from contact with rocks in the river. Extreme neck flexibility indicates a fracture of the first or second vertebrae. This means she was probably killed instantly from the fall.
Her legs, Doctor.
As I said, lacerated. Wait, what's this?
What? Found something?
Her right leg, here, in the thigh. See this hole? Pass me that instrument, the long, thin one.
Use this rod. It fits better. Huh. Am I right, Doctor?
Right through. No rock did this. These are entry and exit wounds, all right, Chief. Oh, she was shot very cleanly through the leg.
They all traveled together, like a circus troupe. Sandy and Susie, the contortionist twins. Sandina and the manager, Ted Johnson. Captain Swagger, the balloonist, and Madame Melva, the seer, husband and wife. But no one stood to gain by Sandina's death. In fact, they lose their star attraction.
Yeah, and then with no insurance policies, wills or such, why shoot her? Now, you said Scooter the Barker was engaged to her?
For a time, but he wasn't the assassin. He was in plain sight.
Yeah. Well, Chief, until we find a motive, this will likely remain a puzzle. Oh, thank you for storing those paintings. We'll see what my telegram to the gallery brings for. Any theories on how a treasure trove of paintings wound up in the river?
Blondin traveled from New York, and we've had a border crackdown, checking everything. Maybe they tried to smuggle them across the river by boat and it capsized.
I wonder who was rowing.
Evil follows you.
Well, actually, you have it backwards, and I know I have the aura of a rotting cabbage, but I still need answers.
From my crystal ball, Inspector?
Look, madam, this is a murder investigation.
Murder? She was killed? Our Sandina was murdered?
I meant, accident, but not a word, mind you. Now, just tell me, was she having difficulties with anyone? And be straight, or I'll run you in for fraud.
Her boyfriend, Scooter, did not take their estrangement well, and she had a terrible fight with our manager, Ted Johnson, the day before the walk. She was the star, and we fed like fishes off her fame. The only time she had peace was on the wire, and finally even it turned on her.
Yes, Inspector, I'm Ted Johnston, and this is my business associate, Dermot McNulty.
Mr. McNulty, what do you do?
I buy and sell things. Help Ted with promotion. Wherever there is a profit to be made, I go. I hail from New York.
Mr. Johnston, I'm afraid I must ask you to leave the wire up, pending the close of my investigation. You see, as an accident inspector, I must determine why she slipped.
But I thought the town wanted it down. It's a sad reminder of what happened, and I already have a buyer for it.
Yes, well, sorry. Rule 49 of Section 3, subparagraph 2, states all requisite equipment shall remain in place pending the close of an investigation. Now, sir, where were you when Miss Blondin slipped?
Why, closer to the falls near the rail. I gave the signal to our barker, Heinz Scooter, to start the show.
Yes, I've heard that Mr. Scooter was Miss Blondin's fiancé.
Was, but it had ended. He was very bitter.
I see. Tell me, did Miss Blondin have any... enemies?
Enemies? No. What kind of accident investigation is this, anyhow?
We have to cover everything, sir. The town's insurance company insists on it. Don't want bad headlines.
I see. Very well, we'll leave the wire in place.
Yes, thank you, gentlemen. We'll be in touch.
Goodbye. God. Everything was lost with her.
Sandina made her choice, and we made ours. She knew you do whatever you must to survive. We'll find other ways. Now, what about those so-called accident investigators? Who did they think they were fooling? And who are they?
I guess it was pretty obvious.
Yeah, you're right. Reporters nosing around for a story. Let's make sure they never learn about Sandina and the old masters. It'd be a terrible epitaph to a very illustrious career.
You must stop bullying Madame Malva.
Got us told about Sandina's dressing wagon, didn't it? Ah, look, a steamer trunk. Twin to the one we found. With a false bottom as well. Empty.
Her clothes and costumes are hung all over this wagon.
Yes, as though they'd been wet. Perhaps both trunks were in the water, but they were only able to save one. Look, see here. A London newspaper listing 3 stolen masterpieces. A Reynolds, Titian, and a Constable. We found 2, so the other must have been sold. Seems she was a thief.
But why would a famous aerialist like her get mixed up in stolen paintings?
Well, she has the perfect cover. An international traveller admired by all, her reputation would move her across borders with ease. And since this cache is empty, we can assume that she already sold the other paintings. Now, the question is, are they all in on it, or did she operate alone?
And who killed her, and why?
Oh, you're beginning to sound like me. Imagine our future as a team.
Sort of like a span of oxen. How romantic. When this is over, Quentin, I want to talk about our plans. I have some decisions to make.
Well, yes, of course. I mean, it's only fair. Yeah, but there's something keeps bothering me about this arrangement, you know. Why she would have false bottoms in her trunks if she planned to bring them across the border covertly. I mean, why not just put them in the damn boat and be done with it? Who needs trunks?
Maybe just to hide them traveling.
I think those false bottoms are the key to what was really happening here. Come on. We're off to see someone who predicted her death minutes before Sandina fell off the wire. Madame Malva may know more than she's telling.
Am I to be plagued for eternity?
Why did Sandina and Heinz Scooter break up?
I don't know. All right, she caught him with one of the contortionist twins. Susie, I think.
Oh, drat, there goes one theory. What were Sandina and Ted Johnson arguing about before her act?
I don't know. Maybe he wanted more money in advance.
Well, what else? Did you hear anything else?
Something about the police. That's all I heard. All I know.
Oh, really? And the crystal ball tells you nothing, I suppose?
Only that you will soon be in great danger.
I dug up some dirt. McNulty is a jack of all trades. No arrests in Niagara. Until last year, he was a sergeant in the U.S. Army attached to the Rifle Corps. But wait till you hear about Johnson. The riggers say he likes the cards and is in deep debt. So much so he can't join a card game hereabouts. Captain Swaga and his wife are on the up and up. And the contortionist twins, they have their ups and downs and twists and turns.
All right.
Oh, Daniel, you do have a way.
Unfortunately, when I was asking around, I ran into Johnson and McNulty. From what I gather, they now have a pretty good idea of who we are, and they didn't look happy.
Well, after tonight, I think it's time to drop the charade and ask them about Sandina.
So, I'm to get my balloon ride, finally?
Yes, he said it would be ready.
I've got the rope on the wire. I can drag a balloon right over to the spot where she fell.
Oh, it's tipping.
Yeah, close as you can, Captain. From the angle it went through her leg, we may be able to determine where the bullet originated.
Iced tea, Abby?
What?
I brought some along.
No, I just want to get down from here. It is not fun. I don't like flying. Get us down.
A few more minutes.
Oh, this is not a pleasure ride. It's a crime scene investigation.
Here we are, right on the wire where she fell.
Oh.
Yes, then the bullet would have come from over there, see? Yes, an opening, a cave in the rock. Bushes covering the mouth, perfect for an ambush. The falls covered the sound of a shot, and... What the devil was that?
Inspector, I'm not sure, but I saw a muzzle flash from that cave. Someone is shooting at us.
Oh.
Well, I'd say that confirms it. Wellington, return fire. Captain Swagger, cut that rope. Get us out of here. He's trying to cut the basket ropes to the balloon.
I can't aim from here. We're moving too
I
much.
care not for marksmanship, Wellington. Just put his head down for a few seconds until we get moving.
Right.
Three. He's hit the balloon. It's tearing on the seam. We're sinking. Throw off the ballast. We have to stay above the water. I'll fire up the brazier.
Oh, Quentin! Oh, when we get ashore...
The wind is taking us down the canyon.
Daniel, Quentin's shot. Oh, he's unconscious.
Another moment and we'll be out of sight.
Abby, here, ease him down.
Yeah.
Captain, can't we go higher?
No, all the ballast is gone. If we go down in the fast water, we'll drown. Now, when we reach a pool, I'll jump and swim for it. Less weight will help you lift over the gorge wall. Pull that rope and you'll descend. But carefully. There's the pool.
Oh, we're going to hit the water.
You'll lift now. Good luck.
All right, let me see that wound.
Oh, good. The captain's all right. We're lifting out of the gorge.
Grazed his forehead, knocked him out. Can we get down, Daniel?
Now, that tear's widening. We're going down, all right.
What?
We're heading for a tree. Hang on, Abby. Look out!
Ah, there. He's coming too.
What happened? Did we have a nice balloon ride, Abby?
Yes, Quentin, dear. And we must do it again.
What's going on? What happened? Oh, yeah, I remember the others.
They're fine. Daniel is off to lunch. You are a lucky man. Another inch to the right and you wouldn't be here.
So where are my clothes? Don't
no,
give me an argument. I think I know who shot Sandina and why, and I must arrest those blackguards before they escape.
Take it easy. It can wait a few minutes. Oh, this telegram came for you. All the way from London.
Yes, as I suspected. What we found in the trunk? Forgeries.
Oh.
The originals are safe and sound in the National Gallery, but some crooked collectors paid handsomely for the paintings, believing those fake newspaper reports to be true.
Ah, there he walks, he talks.
Yes, come on, Daniel. We're off to arrest a pair of killers.
I knew it. It's always those you least suspect. The contortionist twins, right?
Just hand me my boots and make sure your coat's loaded. Good afternoon, gentlemen. I see you're proceeding with removing the wire.
We found out there is no accident, Inspector. Inspector.
Yes, we'd appreciate knowing what you were doing at our wire yesterday. People said you were trying to cut it.
Oh, best defense is an offense, right, Mr. Johnston?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Really? Well, try this. You and your chum there are running a nice little art forgery business, faking masters, and having dummy newspaper pages run off reporting them stolen. You then sell them to unscrupulous collectors for their private collections. They think they have the originals.
There's no law against people buying copies of famous works, is there?
No, but there is against smuggling, fraud and murder, sir. I figured out the false bottoms had two purposes: conceal the paintings from customs and hide them from Sandina. She unwittingly transported your fakes between countries for you, but our border was too tough. And when you attempted to smuggle them across Niagara, you lost one to the river.
This is quite the tale,
Yes.
Inspector.
Well, it gets more diabolical still. Somehow the girl discovered what you were doing, and you had an argument. Madame Melva heard you. Sandina threatened to go to the police after the show, and you couldn't let that happen. There was too much money involved, and you're up to your neck in debt. So, Mr. McNulty, former sharpshooter, placed one round through her thigh and sent her to her death, gambling the body would never be found.
Where's your proof?
Just this. Once I place a story in the paper about how these works are really forgeries, and we're anxious to give the money back to the collectors, they'll come forward to testify against you. So, now we have motive. Sandina's threat to go to the police and expose you means you are a sharp shooter, and opportunity you were nowhere to be seen during the show, Mr. McNulty. Also, I find it strange you haven't asked about this bandage about my head. Care to try to get me face to face, or do you only backshoot young women?
My pleasure.
Hold it, you! Why, Inspector, I never knew you could draw on fire like that.
Only when the need arises, my friend. Only when it arises. Now, let's get their cuffs on. Justice will show them a whole new meaning for the word tightrope. You wanted to see me, Chief Lemon.
He's not here. I am.
Bless my sainted aunt. And I mean that sincerely. Sir Leonard, what are you doing here? I mean, it's a great pleasure to see you, sir, but it's a very long way from Whitehall.
Yes, we're both a long way from home, but not that far from duty, my boy. For the past number of months, I've been posted to the embassy in Washington.
For the yard, sir.
Oh, no. Our masters through the Foreign Office deemed me suitable for secretary rank with the ambassador.
Oh, well, congratulations, sir. Rather nice step up the old boy's ladder, I expect.
Don't be impertinent, man.
Yes, all right. But you're rather off your patch, sir. This is Canada, not much to do with Washington.
You'd be surprised, Nichols. Your name did cross my desk following that business in Hamilton.
The saddlebag case. It's an example of true cross-border cooperation, I assure you, sir. Right triumphing over bully boy tactics.
That was not the complexion given it by the State Department. It was only President McKinley's sense of humor that kept it from becoming a cause célèbre in international relations. In any case, let's leave that. It's ancient history. The immediate matter is that you're wanted.
Well, who by and for what, Sir Leonard?
By Her Majesty, of course.
Yes, of course. What does that mean, sir?
I know you're familiar with the Fenians and their activities against Great Britain. But what do you know about the worldwide anarchist plotting?
Loonies with bombs, mostly in Central Europe, started with the Frenchmen, I believe.
Not quite that simple. The movement is active in this hemisphere, too. And Whitehall has decided that there are secret schemes being devised down along the Texas-Mexico border that are aimed at London.
Does this have some connection with the Ontario Constabulary, sir?
No. You're mine now, body and soul.
Yes, with no right of appeal. And I recognize the old Queen and Country rubbish, sir. What do I know of anarchists?
You're a first-rate investigator, Nichols. You'll find your way. And you have one extra string to your bow as far as this job is concerned.
Tell me.
Daniel Wellington, your Boswell. He's from Texas originally, and will know the country.
This is totally outlandish, sir. You'll never agree to go back there. Certainly not on some fly-brained scheme to search out bombers.
I'm sure you'll find a way to convince him. You must.
Well, there is one other impediment, sir.
The British Secret Service will brook no impediment.
Well, perhaps I could tell you about Dr. Lapierre.
A Sawbones? What's a doctor got to do with anything here?
She's to be my wife, sir.
A woman doctor? And you claim you're going to marry her? Do you take me for a total fool, Nichols?
Not a total one, no, sir.
Then we'll hear no more about it. If marry you must, it will be after your return, unless they kill you, of course. Anyway, the poor lady must be demented to contemplate such a union. We may just be saving her from some sort of fate worse than death.
Well, she may not see it that way, sir. Well, it's not forever, Abby.
You have no right to make me this miserable.
I'll write.
I'll believe that when I see it.
I'll write. I will.
Inspector, let's get aboard. Goodbye, Abby.
No.
We Texicans aren't much on formality, so I'll just give you a hug.
Oh, goodbye, Daniel. Watch him for me, please.
Abby, may I?
You'd better, or I shall burst. Oh, Quentin, my dearest.
Look out, Wellington. I'm coming aboard.
Goodbye!
I will write. And I do love you.
Oh, Quentin. It's like the first time we met. Your socks still don't match. You lovely man.
You have just heard the final episode in The Investigations of Quentin Nickles by John